Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to see you all. You will momentarily be able to unmute yourselves. Welcome to the Freedom Series, episode 3. This is volume 3 of the Freedom Series. And we have Brother Bobby McDowell here with us. Welcome.
Welcome, everyone. I see it's steady growing, so I guess we need to give everybody a.
Yes, we're giving
Oh,
everybody a chance to join. We have lots and lots of attendees, so I'm just giving everyone a chance to load their audio to be able to hear everything. They're going to be all right. Now we're seeing some people appearing twice and three times. That's usually when they share their link with others. But
mhm.
everybody check your names on Zoom. If you want us to refer to you as your actual name, you have to check your names now and make sure that your names match yourselves. So if you joined with somebody else's link, you will come up as that person. But it's really important for you all to try your best to change your names now so when we call on you, especially if you intend to ask a question, we can. Welcome everybody. All right, let's get started. Peace and love to you as well. Welcome to the Freedom Series Volume 3. So for those of you all just joining us, our esteemed guest, Brother Bobby McDowell, is here. Welcome, Brother Bobby. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure to see you here, and it's such a pleasure to have everybody online. It's exciting. Good evening, the LTC guests. Good evening, Sister Joanne. Everybody, before we start this session, know that you have a question and answer section. You can ask Brother Bobby any questions that you like. You can ask in the question and answer section. It's at the bottom of your screen. So you're going to scroll down to the bottom of your screen. There's a little black bar and you can click more and then a Q&A section pops up. Or you could just put your hand up and I'll call on you so you can use your voice. So those are two simple ways. How to put your hand up? Just tap the raise hand button at the bottom of the screen as well. So let's get right into it. You can ask
So,
questions.
uh, I see the Q and okay, never mind. I can
Yes,
see.
the Q&A section is right below. And then I can see everybody's questions in a question and answer panel. Is everybody seeing the Q&A? Just give me a check out in the chat. Let me know if you all could see the Q&A section. Yes, okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for the affirmations. I'm glad that you all see the Q&A section. Yes, and somebody said yes in the Q&A section. All right, so these Freedom Series episodes are very casual. They're not so formal, but I want you all to know that Brother Bobby is here to answer any questions that you all may have, as long as they are as long as they're kosher, if you know what I mean. So you can be curious about his trading journey. You could be curious about his family values. You can be curious about a great many different things. And all I'm looking for is for you all to use the question and answer section or to be able to put your hands up so I can allow you all to speak during the session. So while I get into it, Brother Bobby, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know that you are not um front and center of the Abakuas right now, so people are just getting to know you. They're just getting
Right.
to meet you. And
Mhm.
it would be very interesting to hear your origin story. So, how did you become a trader? How did you find the Abacus? How did you end up being a six-figure a month trader? What took you from there to here?
Well, I'll tell you. So I got in a car accident, my very first car accident, and I got a
Gosh,
check from it. And at the time, I had a Scott Trade account. I know some of us don't even know what that is because it's not even around anymore.
I am some of us.
What's well, and so I took that check and went to go deposit it in Scott in my trading account, and I never forget my first stock that I bought was Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, my first one was Apple. Facebook was the one that I made a little bit of money on. I traded Apple. I bought, I don't know, was trading it like I don't know at the time because this was like '07. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I made $75. And I was
Wow.
all right, I got to get out. Just a kid. And so, fast forward, I started following Mr. T
Okay.
because at this time now I made a little bit of money by holding hard shares, but it wasn't anything to talk about. So I started following Mr. T. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he offered what's called an options 2.0 class.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that. And then DLTC one, DLTC two, um, and I've just kind of followed, you know, him over the years,
Yeah.
and here we are.
That's awesome. Okay, so how many years, when did you first find Mr. T? About what year was that?
Mr. T just said it was 21. I think I thought it was 20 or
Yeah.
19,
There was an options class in 2020, and then I
hmm
think the DLTC came
That's
around in 2021.
right, right, because that's when I started taking it, as serious as I could. So,
So it just began when okay, so let's go back. When you had the accident, you
mhm.
already knew about trading and investing. Did somebody advise you, or
Yeah,
you just,
so my mom kept the TV on CNBC as a kid. I never
hmm.
understood why. You just see, lines scrolling at the bottom of the TV. Fast forward, that's all I do. I don't
Ah.
watch. Yeah. Monday through Friday, I have an iMac that just sit here and just talks to me. And
Hmm.
we'll get into that because I know somebody's going to have a question and I'm going to relate. I bet before this class is over, I'm going to be able to relate to
I'm curious to know as well.
it.
So
Hmm.
So let me see. So you got into it in 2020 and in 2021 you did the DLTC. Is it true that you did the DLTC more than once? And
Twice.
if so, how come?
Um, like I expressed earlier, you can come out, learning what you learned the first time. You can be, let's say, oh, I feel like I would pass this class with a C.
Hmm.
So let me go back and retake it. And that's what I did. And so I came out the second time feeling like I could pass it with an A.
Right, that makes sense. So for
Mhm,
those of you all who don't know, some people are not DLTC, some people are just strangers, some people are new students. The
mhm,
DLTC stands for the Daily Live Trading Clinic. It's
mhm,
it's a trading system that many of us are taught how to do. So we trade different things. We trade options, we trade shares in the stock market. We can trade a great many things with the DLTC system. So it's a technical analysis system that all of us learn, and it teaches us how to anticipate where the price of something is going. And based on our ability to tell where the price is going, we can make decisions that help us to make money. So the DLTC is a class that has been going on every year annually since 2021. And what Brother Bobby is saying that he was in the class in 2021 and then he retook the class again just so that he could cement his understanding. Did I get that right?
correct.
Can you tell me what is life for you like now and what changed the most between then, before you started trading, and now?
Well, I did a lot of work in retail.
Hmm.
I worked for AT&T for years. And in 2020 is when I actually left because,
Wow.
working there for a little bit
Hmm.
in the retail space, you can save and make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Especially I was so young back then. I was 26,
Wow.
so I was on top of the world. So when I left in 2020, I had a trucking company as well,
Mm.
and it was doing really well during that time because the world was shut down, but the truck drivers were still moving, and
Fair
we had
enough. That's true.
cars. So I was still making a ton of money. Um, And during that time, Mr. T was they just had everything going. Hey, we're gonna do option 2.0, DOTC. Oh, let's do it. Let's trade live every morning. Let's do that. And then we take a class. Oh, wait, here comes Mastermind. And so I was just involved in it all. And that's what's brought me here today.
Understood. So it's just the involvement that changed the trajectory of your life.
Hmm.
It looks like I have a lot of wow. Y'all didn't waste any time. I have over 10 questions waiting on you, so I better get to them. Somebody is asking, what is your trade regime? I guess that means they're asking, what does a day in your life look like when it comes
Tell
to trading?
Monica to come off mute and elaborate on that question. What is my trade regime like?
Yes. She just asked, what is your trade regime? Sister Monica, would you like to
Yeah,
elaborate
elaborate.
on the question? Are you able to unmute yourself? Hold on.
Sister
Let me see.
Crystal, I'm sorry. Can you make me co-host? Because it's not allowing me to
Of
Can you
of
hear
course.
me?
allow folks to
Yep.
talk.
I can hear you, brother. I
Oh,
can hear you, Sister Monica.
okay. Never mind. We're good.
Hi, Bobby.
Hey, Monica.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good, good. So I'm asking like when you get up every day, what is your preparation going into trading?
Well, most days I'm up between 5 and 6. And I just kind of glance and see what's going on because every day is different. But even when I do get up, I just kind of chart from the previous day because guess what? I can get up at 6 o'clock and the market can be red as I don't know what. And come 8:30, when we release news based off what day it is, the market be really green. So you just need to chart. I just chart from the previous day because that kind of helps me with the price action of the current day.
Hmm.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome, Sister Monica. We have another question from Michael Cooper, and then we'll switch to some of the raised hands in the live audience. But Brother Michael Cooper is asking, when you started to see results, how did you feel about that at first, and from what time frame did you start seeing results after so long?
So you can start seeing results tomorrow. It's what you do with the results on a consistent basis. So what ended up happening to me before is I saw great results, but then you get a little ego behind you and you think you know how to trade and you
Hmm.
get smacked. And so now I know a few years ago it happened it happened really hard. So my thing with that is you can see results tomorrow. You can see results for a month. You just need to stay consistent on the results long term because at any moment those results can turn into absolute. They won't even matter because the market will, of course, you take a lot of money out of the market will come back and take a lot of money out of you.
Hmm. That makes total sense. That's a good answer.
Your question, Michael?
Hopefully that answers your question, Brother Michael.
Did you come off mute?
Hopefully, I'm seeing that he is here. Hold on. I guess he could unmute himself or speak in the chat, but I hope that does answer your question, Brother Michael. All right, Sister Tia San Baba, you can unmute yourself. Can you please?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do
you
that
can do
quick.
it. Hi.
Yes. Good evening, Sister Crystal. Good evening,
Good
Brother
evening,
Bobby.
darling.
How are you all?
We
Good
are
evening,
good. How are
everyone.
you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking. So, my question, and thank you for hosting this and
It's my
doing this
pleasure.
for us. But my question is, what did your trading plan for your goals look like? You know what I mean? Like, were you like, okay, my goal is $500 or $200 a day, then 500, and then 600, then and what's your next goal? Like, do you like you're at six figures now, so you're like, let me see if I can
So
what here. You know what I mean? Like,
So yeah. So that's a goal, but see, when you're trading options, and this is why Mr. T kind of educates people to when you're on probationary period, you obtain when you make a trade, you get out as soon as you get a penny on the contract, right? So my daily my it goes based off the amount of contracts I start trading. So you start trading with five. Um, I set a goal to try to make between 5 and 10 cents per trade. Unless I'm swing trading, then it could be a little bit more. So to answer your question, I started with 5 contracts, 10 contracts, 15 contracts. And you can go to as many contracts as you choose to, but at this point, now the goal is just strictly hard shares, unless I'm playing the put side of the market. So don't set it on a dollar amount because that's where people go wrong. You chase the dollar, my goal today is $1,000. And guess what that trade gonna do to you? You're gonna take that trade and it's gonna pay you $990. And because you wait on that $10, it's gonna turn around and you're gonna lose all that money.
Ooh.
Don't look at it like that. You just you can set the goal a little bit, but just make sure the consistency of being right, that's going to be more effective.
Chef's kiss.
Thank
But
you so
you
much.
said, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that answered it.
Thank you,
Thank
Sister
you.
Tia-san, for asking that question. It was an amazing question that got a legendary answer out of Brother Bobby. Thank you, Sister Tia-san. Do you have any more questions, Sister Tia-san, for us? I'd love to hear some more if you have any.
So you mentioned you did hard chairs as well. So is it safe to say that you did a combination of different trading techniques to get you to where you're at now?
The technique is the same. It's just, so let's say, let me give you an example. So let's say you start an account with $500, right? On that $500 account, you're probably gonna trade. Well, it depends on what you trade. Let's say you're gonna trade between 2 or 5 contracts. So when you get that account to $1,000, now you can start trading between 5 and 7 contracts. And so that's how you grow the money, month over month without taking much of a risk. And then once you get to a certain dollar amount to where you can actually trade hard shares and it, impacts you, then that's the ultimate goal.
Got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
You're very welcome, Sister Tia-san.
Keep 'em
Thank you for
coming.
asking. And we have some other raise times, but I'm going to switch quickly to the Q&A because it's becoming
I'm
full.
looking.
Yeah. Do you see
Uh,
it too?
oh yeah, I can see it.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I
Ontario.
didn't know
I
that
think,
Brother Bobby could see it. That's cool. You want to try Brother Ontario's question
yeah,
or any one of them
Ontario.
that you like?
After you became free, what was your relationship like with your family? So what was my relationship like with my family and friends? It kind of varies. Because nobody really knows what you do if you don't really tell them. Um, but for the most part, I'm not really open, so nothing really changes. It's a few select people that kind of know the details of what I do, but for the most part, the relationship with the friends for sure doesn't really change, and the family, I don't really have a whole lot of family because they're all spaced out. So um, yeah, most of them don't even know what I do. Miss Chris, I can't hear you. Can y'all still hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
It's this thing. Yes, and that's interesting that people just generally don't know what you do, and you've been like this for quite some time because how you describe it is at least for 5 years you've been dealing with the stock market. Is it that when you started
I mean, they
telling
see
family,
signs. They see signs. I mean,
this
you're
is
going to
sign?
see signs, but
How
they
do
don't.
they react to those signs?
Um, they really don't. And I tried showing adults what I do, and it's giving me more backlash than
Mm-hmm.
anything. So I just really stopped doing it because, I mean, I've tried to, give people the sauce and they don't want to listen to it. And that's perfectly fine. It's not for everybody. So,
What kind of backlash do you experience?
um, for instance, I went over a friend's house and I got a group of people over there. And I said, hey y'all, let me kind of show you all how you can invest. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and the immediate response was they're not interested. They don't really
Wow.
care. So my question to them was, okay, so I know you like to go to work, or you think you like to go to work. Do you even know how your 401k money is managed? And the response I received was, no, I really don't care as long as when I get ready to withdraw it, if I leave a job, I can go buy something nice. So I just said,
Wow.
and I kind of left it at that. So I
That that is that's mind-blowing.
so now I'm attacking kids. The kids really, because they're gonna have the biggest challenge going forward because
Right.
they're going to have to compete with AI. We didn't really have to do that as kids, but
True.
all I'm telling them, learn everything about AI. I don't care what it is, learn it all. And so,
It's something else. Our children are up against something very unprecedented, just like what we were up against is something that our parents could not even imagine, but
yeah,
just like on a much bigger scale right now. And I don't think that people do believe it because their lives are fairly somewhat the same as it was a while ago.
right,
But just it's the same thing between somebody living in 1980 and 1985. They're thinking, well, life is not going to change very much in the next 10 years. And then you
hmm
see 1995, it's a whole different ball game, and 2005 is even more different to that, and so on and so forth. So it's very interesting, but I understand and agree with that you're just focusing on the children right now. Because honestly, what could you do? You can't convince men
can't
against their own
convince
minds.
adults who have been programmed
Deeply.
from the 80s and the 70s to
Yeah,
change what they thought worked for their parents until
there
you
you
look
go.
around. Uh, that same $50,000 that your parents made,
Oh
and
my
you
goodness.
hollering, "Oh, I make six figures." Well, guess what? That's the same $50,000 they made back then. It just
Yeah.
sounds.
Yep. Yep. And it's like the minimum wage went up and then it went down as well. So
Mm-hmm.
children are everything. You want to put this down here? Okay, well you're on okay, you're with us. Okay, somebody's coming to say good evening, brother Bobby. Say good evening.
Let
Say
me
hi.
look here. Why you have him? I can look in the Q&A. Okay.
Yes, please go ahead. I'll mute myself.
So, Brother Ontario, did I answer your question? Okay. Or if you can't answer, it's fine. Sunita, okay. What was my biggest challenge becoming a great trader? Is learning how to take losses. The biggest thing you're gonna learn how to trade. Nobody's gonna ever teach you how to take a loss because your ego is gonna get in the way of that loss, and you're gonna think that trade is gonna come back. It's gonna come back. I know it's gonna come back, and in reality, it doesn't. So Mr. As a matter of fact, Mr. T needs to teach a class on how to take a loss. That class needs to last for 2 weeks.
No,
Oh,
Because
I got in on the right time.
if you do that, if you learn how to take the losses, then everybody's trading account after they learn how to trade will grow exponentially. So that's the
that
biggest
is crazy because Mr. T did recently do a class on how to take losses. Is Mr. T still here with us right
Yeah, I'm
now?
still here. I'm still here.
Mr. T, hi.
When he said that, I'm like, man, it's right on time.
Right.
thing.
You know,
He already thinking about it. Let me put it
yeah,
in
man.
economic terms and let's get it going.
The losses, we're phasing out everything, so I got to make sure people are where they need to be as far as you know
Hmm.
the losses. Bobby and I were talking about. I don't want to. I'm not going to vote. I'm going to say what I got to say, Joe. But
Indeed.
when he said that he does mainly hard shares, I hope y'all all heard it. Y'all know I've been trying to push that for years, man. But we also talked about before you guys came on the accuracy, the whole thing about being right is so important. And but losses, and if you manage your losses, if you don't internalize them, then you set yourself up to where even a loss doesn't affect you. So it doesn't do anything to you. Just get back on the horse and get another trade. So thank you, brother Bobby, for bringing up hard. I just
No
wanted to
problem.
give you a shout out.
Okay,
Yes,
brother.
indeed.
Okay, Michael Cooper, what practices did you do to get your success? Consistency. Uh, you have to wake up every single day, not chasing a dollar, because you chase the dollar, you're gonna be wrong. You just need to chase the accuracy.
Ah, oh my
Ac-
God.
You'll
I'm just
be,
marveling at what you're saying. Sorry. I'm interrupting.
you'll be fine. Then he's got another question. How do you maintain your success? You just stay consistent. If you do what you do every single day, yeah, there are going to be bad days, but if you learn how to take them with the good ones, because you're going to have more good days than bad, you'll be fine. Okay, let's get somebody off mute and let them ask.
All right, hold on. We have Sister Kendria Hudson. Can you unmute yourself, please, my darling? Are you still with us? You have a question? Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Crystal. Good afternoon, Bobby.
Good evening.
Hey, Kendra.
Yeah, thank you for meeting with us today. So I work for Charles Schwab. I just passed the Security Industries Essential exam, maybe like 3 weeks ago, and
Mm-hmm.
taking the Series 7 exam. I'm saying all that, and then I'll be a licensed stockbroker. I'm saying all that because in order to learn about how to make money in the markets, I needed to be immersed in it. That's just how I learn. To me, it's like learning another language. And so my question to you, Bobby, is how do you learn? I had a really hard time. I did the DLTC class last year, and I had
Mm-hmm.
a really hard time learning it. I don't know if it's just where I was in life, but I,
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard time focusing. I had a hard time like organizing my thoughts toward everything. Um, learning the different indicators, just being able to learn it and have it stick and then apply it was disorienting for me. So my question is like, how did you do it? Did you was it because you had, someone like a wife or some type of companion who could take other things off your hands? Like, can you kind of give me the fast and dirty on how you became a student of this while being an adult who has other adult responsibilities?
Well, no, I didn't have nobody took anything off of me. No matter somebody can take pressure off of you all day long. It's you're gonna have to figure out what you don't know and figure out how to find out how you do know it or how you will know it. So, trading is all about the perfect surroundings. If you got a lot of distractions, you might as well don't even trade that day because you have to be zoned in on what's going on because everything moves, especially trading options because everything moves so fast. Um, so if you have distractions, eliminate them. I don't care what they are. I don't care who they are. Eliminate them. Find out what you don't know. Ask for help. Um, and the number one thing that we like to do is we like to create excuses. I thought about taking the Series 7 just as an ego thing one time. I was like, why do I need that? I'm not going to ever um, discuss, anything with adults anyway, because most of us don't want to listen. That's why I'm glad, it's a lot of us on the call today that's actually asking questions because here in Arkansas, yeah, people ain't trying to do that. They just want to go to work and come home and party on the weekends, which is, it's cool. But I got a select few friends that I got one specific one that's like, hey, we're gonna turn this into a thing. And so,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
Yes.
reason I bring that question, the reason I bring that question up is because I've been frustrated for years. I've felt really isolated,
mm-hmm,
trying to learn this type of things. I, personally struggle with all types of support. And so
mm-hmm,
I do like what you said about eliminating all distractions and also excuses. But again, that's why I've immersed myself in it by actually getting a job in the industry.
mm-hmm.
You know, I've
So, you're gonna learn I would call this the back office part of it. So you're gonna know what everything means. And you know how to trade. I think what you do, I think you maybe feel like you don't know how to trade, maybe because you took some losses or something. I really don't know. But
I've
I
never
just
even tried to trade.
never
I,
tried.
nope, I've never even tried. I have a brokerage account, but I don't I have a brokerage account. The Thinkorswim platform and all that, but I've
Mhm.
never even attempted to trade.
So when you did the DOTC, you didn't like try to use it at
I,
was it just a lot
I
going
got
on?
lost. Kind of get, I kind of got behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That happens. Listen, that happens. And so, and it's happened to me, man. I got I got let go from a job one random day. It was Comcast after I left AT&T, and so I did once that happened, I just made it a point to say nobody's going to be able to ever do that again. So I want you to kind of look at it that way. Yeah, learn, take that Series 7, do what you need to do, but just know long term you need to have that mindset of nobody's going to ever be able to dictate what I do. And if you chase that goal, you'll get this trading right.
I gotta add to that, brother Bobby. Like I said, I'm gonna get off after this because I don't want this to
Don't go
become
anywhere.
I don't want this to become something that I'm just now we're up here talking to a man that makes six figures a month. At least he has for the last couple of years. That's not a year, that's a month. And he can multiply it to six figures a week because that's how trading works. It's just mathematics. You have to, and this isn't necessarily for Mrs. Kendra, but I think I gave Bobby less support than I gave you, right? And
Mhm.
that's not a diss on anybody. It's just that from where I sit, I see a lot of people come into the DLTC and all they can think about is a job, or all they can think about is staying in the matrix and getting a better spot in the matrix. For those of you who are listening, I want you, because sometimes we forget who we're speaking with. This is a man. Most people don't make six figures a year. This is a man. This is a millionaire trader. Just do the math. 100,000 times 10 months is a million. Is $1 million. When I'm listening to him, and then I'm going to get off because I'm just going to go crazy and I don't want to do it. This is a man that believes in everything that we've done over the last several years. He said before he got on, man, I've done everything. I've done the protocol, I've done the mastermind, I did DLTC twice. He just had that urge to get free. No one is going to pay him 100,000+ a month. Seriously. I mean, let's think about it. So when you come into the DLTC, for those of you who are, and I have to speak on this, when you come into the DLTC or anything that we do, you have to let things go because you can't do anything halfway. And what people do is they come in, and I've seen this for 10 years. They come in, they take it as, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You have to let go of everything. And you just have to make a commitment to get through. And that
You
has
have
to supersede everything in your life, everything. And you just can't give up. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get off because I don't want to get too excited. Bobby, brother, I appreciate you coming on. You know how I get. I mean, you've listened to me for years.
I
I
don't think you
appreciate.
can get off. You can stay on because you.
Nah, brother, because I listen. Some of these things, like, I mean, this. I'm just gonna leave because, and I can catch the review. I just want to say this to everyone that showed up. I appreciate everyone showing up. I appreciate brother Bobby showing up. Brother Bobby took two DOTs, two, not one, two, and he just never gave up. He, like you said, he was an employee. He had his own business. He was an employee. He just wanted to get free. That's got to be inside you. And I really appreciate him coming on from the bottom of my heart because most of the people that get free and become millionaire traders, they don't want to give back. They don't even want to talk. They forget all about the Abakuas. They throw me under the rug. So I appreciate Brother Bobby and coming in and just speaking to everyone. And let's not forget, guys, this man makes six figures a month. So if you have any questions, listen to what he's saying and just don't let it go in one ear and out the other. And just listen to him. And I thank everyone who showed up. I thank you, Sister Krista, for putting it on.
My
And once
pleasure,
again,
sir.
Brother Bobby, thank you. But I'm gonna
You.
step aside because I wanna keep my composure. Have a wonderful evening, guys. I'll listen to everything.
Okay.
All right, Mr. T, thank you for being here. Well, let's keep moving. Brother Donovan Smith is asking, as someone new to options trading, what daily habits or routines should I develop outside of regular market hours to accelerate my learning and success? Are there specific activities, research practices, or tools you'd recommend for a beginner to build a strong foundation?
Is Mr. Donovan in the DLTC?
Yes, I believe you are, Brother Donovan. You are in Sister Dali's network, yes? You
That
should
is
be able to
correct.
unmute
That is
yourself.
that is that is correct.
Okay, well, welcome, and thank you for the question.
Um, you're gonna have to submerge yourself in all of this. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Yeah.
I mean, before market, after market, you take the DLTC class for an hour or 2 hours
Right.
on Mondays and Wednesdays. Before, after, every day, weekends, what kind of research are you doing? So you can take what you learn in class and kind of, sometimes I encourage people to, ask, get ahead. Like, okay, so what do charts look like? Because I know we're eventually going to talk about it. So get on TradingView and see what a chart looks like. You're not going to know how to read it per se, but just you got Chat GPT, use your AI. But you're going to have to submerge yourself because options is very hard, but it's very easy once you get it.
Yeah, very
Thank
true.
you, sir. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Our pleasure. So let's push through these questions because more and more being asked. What advice would you give new students to the DLTC? Do you want to give any advice that you may not have given before, Brother Bobby?
Uh, it's the same. New students, you just gotta stay consistent. So when we this DLTC class, I'm sure started with, let's just say 200 people. By the end of every class, we always lose 50% because people can't stay consistent. That's gonna be the hardest part. Yes, it's boring. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
But that boredom is going to allow you to have a skill that nobody can take from you for the rest of your life. So sacrifice, be bored, ask ChatGPT, figure out what you don't know, and move on. And let's get it. Because once you get it, then your kids will get it. Then you're gonna have a skill that's never gonna go away.
Yes, sir.
What companies do I trade? Nvidia, Tesla, the SPY, if I'm trading options that day. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Palantir, just technology, fast movers.
That's a good point. It sounds like all of them share that in common. They
Mm,
move fast. And for those of you all who are new, what does it mean when we say that a stock moves fast? That means that the amount of money that it changes in a small space of time is huge. So in 5 minutes, a fast mover might increase by about $1 to $3 a share. A slow
mhm,
mover in that same 3 minutes might change like 2 to 5 cents. So now you
mhm,
understand what fast and a slow mover is. When you have these big wild swings, that means you can make a lot of profit in a little time. If you choose an option or a purchase that goes in the same direction of what you intend. So if you mean for it to go a certain way and you get on something that's a fast mover, you could make a lot more profit in that small space of time than you can if you got on the back of a slow mover. Think about a horse versus a turtle. Which one will get you to the finish line first, right? So we have lots of questions coming in. Let's see what else.
What was a turning point for you in trading? In
Good
your
one.
trade?
Yes.
Um, so um, a few years ago, well, it was 22.
Mm.
Um, I did an ego trade. Apple was shooting all the way up. I mean, it was, and so I'm like, okay. And I think it was a Thursday at that, y'all. It was stupid. I threw a trade out. I threw a put out with no chart indicators, no nothing. Just, yeah, it's going up this far. It's got to go down. Guess what it did? It kept going up. And so at that point, I was like, yeah, you know what? I just need to stick to the system. So, and then I started becoming more consistent around everything. And when you lose, you go back to the drawing board. You're gonna go back and research because you're gonna need and you'll know why you lose. Every trade you make, you're gonna know why you lost it. So uh, yeah, that's what I got on that one.
Good one. We have some hands up. Sister Jonine, would you like to unmute yourself if you're still by your machine or phone?
Good evening. Good
Hi.
evening, everyone.
Good evening. How you doing?
Bobby, good. Thank you. Hey, everyone. So,
Hi.
Bobby, thank you for taking time out with us. I wanted to know what do you think was the change that you made to because you took the DLTC in 2021 and then you took it again. So, what do you think made the change? What made the light bulb come on for you to get it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I always got it. But you're gonna get the terminology eventually. It's just again just being submersed in it because it's going to be things that I miss that I'm like, dang, maybe I should incorporate that. And then you can incorporate it. You do a trial run, and if it works, it works. But um, the light bulb went off when Mr. T started doing daily lives. And if you show up every single day, you'll you'll see why it's very important to not treat this as a side hustle, because especially if you want to get something out of it. So I showed up to the daily lives every single day. And I don't even remember what the fee was. I didn't care what the fee was. It was a weekly fee of some, I don't know, cheap.
Okay, and
And
the last question, what is your favorite indicator? What do you go by?
uh
The MACD?
nope. I nope.
Before we continue, we do have some non-DLTC folks on the line, so
Yeah, we're not gonna I
that's
don't
that's
Oh,
why we don't
okay.
really go
I'm
into that.
sorry. I'm sorry, my
Thank you. It's
bad.
no worries, Sister Joni.
Scratch
Thank you for
that.
asking. It's
because
a
it
good
can be
one.
very confusing to people. Yeah, don't yeah.
Yes, and we have some very new students, so we don't want to derail them with some technical questions and
Mhm.
answers. But it's a great question. Maybe we can get an offline opportunity for you to be able to ask Brother Bobby that
Yeah.
wonderful question, Sister Joni. We have Brother. Hold on, we have some hands up. They're changing direction, so I'm trying to call on whoever had their hand up first. I think Sister Angeli Hodge had her question first. I hope I pronounced your name right. Are you still with us, Sister Angeli Hodge?
Yes,
Or
I'm here. It's
Angela?
actually Angel. Can you hear me?
Angel, my apologies. Hi, Sister
That's
Angel.
okay. That's
Hi.
okay.
Thank
I'm
you.
good. How are you doing? I
We
don't
are
know if
well.
someone
How are you?
I don't know if someone asked this question already because I'm in between working and doing and asking and coming in here.
Sure.
Mhm.
So my question, well, I have two questions. So how do you like, because emotions is a big thing that I struggle with a lot, and it's something I'm learning to work on. So like, how do you like when you're, because I'm starting to realize just from listening to Mr. T how fast the option trading goes. So like, how
Mhm.
do you get into the trade if you have other things going on that could probably be bothering you or on your mind? Like, what are you doing in that space to kind of just disconnect in a moment?
I don't trade. So if there's anything going on like that, I don't trade
You
because
don't? Okay.
because that's how serious this is. And you just have to tell yourself like I need to step back because I got a lot going on. And I try not to trade if I have stuff to do that day. Sometimes I'm like, okay, it can wait. I mean, I don't have to do it until later. Um, but you just stay focused. That's all I have on that. You just gotta stay focused on all of it.
Okay. And then my other question is, as you are starting to make all of this like money, like how does your relationship and money change? And like, did at one point, did it feel overwhelming for you making all this money, going from like not making the type of money to making the type of money that you're making now? Like, how does that, like, how do the emotions channel with that?
Um, it's again, so that's why some of y'all probably need to take the mastermind because it's not about the money. It's just what comes with the money. So to answer your specific question, I guess it wasn't like night and day. No, it's kind of like a stair-stepping process because the ultimate goal is to grow your account over time. Mr. T teaches about the cushions account and stuff like that. So it's I don't know. It's it's not about them. It's never about the money. And so you take the emotions away from the money, and that's how you'll be able to succeed in this trading world. Because when you take that big loss,
Mhm.
you ready to burn the house down. You're gonna be so mad.
Okay.
But you disconnect from the money aspect because you still have a skill up here.
Right.
You can make that money back. I don't care how much it is. So, but you just have to take them. I tell people to be successful, just take the emotions out of it. Yeah, you're gonna lose. You might lose big, but if you take the emotions out of trading and then you take the emotions away from money, you'll be fine.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
Mhm.
I'm going to interrupt the stream of questions from others to ask you something else, Brother Bobby. So
Mhm.
I know that you very casually said you'll make the money back. I don't care how much it is. However, many people have been raised under such severe financial pressure that just just that thought is difficult for them to conceptualize. I
Mhm.
think that many people have been raised in a pessimistic household, so they don't have a habit of optimism where you could say, money will always come. Some people are probably screaming inside saying, how could you say that? I have struggled
Well,
for money my whole life. How could I throw away $100 that I worked so hard just to earn? Now, how
mhm.
do you suggest? How would you speak to somebody who's been raised with a habit of pessimism around finance, financial pessimism? How do they change the way that they think about the possibility of money coming their way, because it's very easy for us to say these common cliche things about change the way you see money, change your relationship with money, but it's easier said than done for many people, where they're like, I'm trying to change my relationship, but if I even spend $1 wrong, some bill is not paid. I don't know how
Mhm.
to get myself out of this hole that my life has been in, that I've been born in this financial hole where I don't know how to even begin to see money as something that's always flowing to me, because every moment of my life I have been fighting and scraping to be able to get it. What would you say to a person who has that perspective? How do you help them in a way that they can understand without feeling like you're speaking over them or like you're out of touch with them? What would you
Yeah.
say to somebody who has that difficult relationship with money?
Well, so I'm speaking specifically on the trading, y'all. So
Hmm.
I say I don't care. I don't care how much money. It's never a lot of money. Let's go there. But let's say you guys, you're learning how to trade. So and you're interested in learning how. So at this point, you're stepping away from 90% of what you were taught anyway, because now you're stepping outside the box, right? So if I tell you, I don't care how much it is, eventually, once you guys start learning how to trade, and let's say Monday through Thursday, you're 100%. So you took that $100 to, let's say, $200. And then Friday, you lose $100. Or let's say you lose $200. You're going to figure out, okay, I just lost everything. And you're going to figure out what you did wrong. I guarantee you'll go back and make that $200 because you won't make that same mistake. So that's all. That's how I meant. That's what I meant about it. Miss Crystal, you froze, or is it my internet? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, I think she might be
Oh,
froze. But let's keep moving.
who's next?
You want to let's take another hand. Brother Jamil?
Give the hands. I can see the Q and A's though.
Okay. We'll do one and then I'll let you do the Q&A. Go ahead, Brother Jamil.
Thank you, Sister Jared. Brother Bobby, I want to say thank you for coming on and sharing your experiences with us. I put a question in the chat. I have two questions.
Hmm.
Earlier, you spoke on looking to gain between 5 and 10% per trade. I
Mhm.
wanted to know what is the opposite of that. What is your stop loss in percentage or cents?
The stop loss is no more than 15%.
Okay,
So
so and then I know you kind of touched on this, but and I'll change it from money. Um, but where was your ego and emotions as you went up in your contracts to get to the point where you were at, one income milestone to the next, ultimately to where you are? And how did you prevent yourself from self-sabotaging and find your comfort zone at each
um
stage?
so you just have to set up, this is where you set the plans at. So if as long as you maintain the correct accuracy, you can set the goals for, okay, right now I'm trading 10 contracts. Once I get my account to this, based off of what I'm trading, I should be able to trade 20 contracts.
Right.
And so you just have to set those goals, and it's just a simple plan of growth versus risk management.
Now, when you got to those levels again, like w- how did you stop yourself from self-sabotaging? Because sometimes you may get to a certain level, your ego kind of takes over, and then you may have to drop down to, back to where you previously were on contracts.
Hmm. Um, well, yeah, that can happen. It can, but if you, as long as you maintain the growth versus at risk management piece, you
Right.
should do that. Um, and that's just taking the thought, your brain, everybody's so attached to money. I mean, I get it. That's why we're here. But the attachment with money is why you can ultimately be wrong. You can be right in the trade, but like I said, that's why I tell people, don't chase a dollar goal, because that trade can go to $990, and because it didn't hit 1,000, you'll end up losing. So
Right.
just chase the accuracy. You see a profit, take a profit.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, brother. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, Brother Bobby, let's go to the Q&A. We have another hand, but we haven't been for Q&A for a while, so I'll let you
I'm
go now.
back. Thank you,
Okay.
Sister Jara.
You're,
I
you're,
appreciate that. I appreciate y'all keeping the show running because I don't know what's going on. This is the second time it's happened.
Okay, so Miss Ann just asked, what am I charting night before? I'm gonna just keep that quick. Miss Ann, all I do is chart yesterday's highs, yesterday's lows, pre-market high, pre-market low. That's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then Sean, what advice would you tell someone who's just finding out about DLTC and is interested? Stay consistent. Uh, Treat it like it's the last thing that's going to be able to, like, if you're in a financial bind and you came across this, you need to treat it as if this is your way out. Did that answer your question, Sean?
Hopefully, there's still more questions and answers around because when I got disconnected,
It's
somehow
live.
I've lost them
I can
all.
see. I can see him.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
After starting Miss Karan, after starting DLTC, how long did it take you to become
Yes, I'm
90?
sorry, I was driving. It answered my question. I appreciate it. I have some newcomers on the call as well.
Okay. Um, how did how long did it take for me to become 90% effective? Um, a while. But that's because, I was treating it as a hobby. So yeah, it took a while. Miss Crystal, you got anybody else? Because these are
I can't see any more questions and answers. Well, I can see a few, but I've lost most of them. So I'll have to
Oh,
go down to which ones I can see. Somebody did ask, do you trade options or hard shares? I think you've already answered that.
guys, I trade options and I trade both, but
Hmm.
more so hard shares. And you can trade, and I
Understood.
trade options on the put side.
Okay, sounds good. And that's nice and simple. We have another one. Do you trade options more than once a day? I think you did say that already, but let's hear
Yeah,
the answer.
it just depends on the day. I'll sit here and trade all day long. It just
Do-
depends on the day. But now, yeah, it just depends on the day.
Understood. And then the next question we have, what are you charting the night before? What does that look like?
Yeah, I answered that one. It's just,
Okay. Okay,
yeah,
done. Let's see. What is the secret to learning how to take a loss? That's a good question.
taking the emotions out of it. Because you're gonna, like I said earlier, you're gonna be so attached to that trade that you don't think it's gonna turn around, and it doesn't. And so now you look up, that trade's down 60% when had you took that loss at 15, you would be still in the game. So it's,
Right. Understood. So we have another person. Let me see. We have some hands up, so let's get to some of those hands. Guys, if you all have some pressing questions, you better put your hands up. It's easier because somehow
and I'm
I've
gonna make
lost
them.
all.
I don't want to seem like I'm being short with them, but I'm gonna just try to answer them as quick because I know it's a lot
Yes,
of.
indeed, because we have a lot of questions and answers to go through, but they are full answers. Sister Miriam Borayo, your hands are up. Are you still here with us? Let's see if you're still near your machine.
Sorry,
Hi, no worries. I hope I pronounced your name properly.
you did. Thank you.
Hello.
How are you?
We are well. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Okay.
And I appreciate this. So I have a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
First one is, how do you practice that skill of taking emotions out of your trades? How do you how do you practice it in like your do you practice it in your daily life, or you just stick to trading and practice it during trading time?
Um, mm, it's a little bit of both, honestly.
Okay.
You, yeah, because if you give a lot of attention to, especially things that don't really matter, then it'll start affecting the things that do matter. So like your trading. But
Mm,
if y'all take the mastermind, just ask Mr. T. Tell him to send y'all some mastermind courses, and it'll kind of help you all with the emotional aspect of it.
that's a big one because
I think
a lot of us do the mastermind. In fact, I think we're required to do the mastermind now.
I think last year. I don't know. I don't know about this year.
I think sometimes I think of more of the practical, like what does that look like? Because I don't know.
Um, yeah, I kind of understand what your question is, but I don't know how to really answer it.
Got it. I
I
understand.
can't tell you what it looks like because then it might not look like that to you. So,
Got
um,
All right. My second question is, how long do you build up your money before you actually begin to use it? So do you or anybody else, do they set a dollar amount, or is there something that Mr. T says, okay, this is what you should build up your money to, or should you build it up to like 3 months of your income? Like what is that number usually like?
everybody's number is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just based off your particular lifestyle, what you all like to do. That's why he created the cushion account.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your average checking account that, pays your bills. You got your savings account, so you can use your savings account to maybe even do long-term investments if you choose to, but you have your cushion account to finance your lifestyle. So whatever dollar amount that takes for you, that's what you need to have. And you just continue to grow that month over month because as you grow it, then your lifestyle is going to change or you're going to want more. We always want more. And so it's just based off what it looks like for you.
Okay. And then my last question is, why don't you trade the call side of options? Why do you stick to the put side?
Because I trade the hard shares. So hard shares is like trading calls, but it's just a little safer.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let's see if I can answer some more raised hand questions. Let's see. Tasha Scott is next. Is that right? Tasha Scott, are you here?
That is right. I have posted
Hi.
one in the chat, so you can disregard it. Hey, how are y'all?
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. And thank you guys for being here and letting us be here in this space. So my question primarily, Mr. Bobby, is about as far as truck driving. And I wanted to know, what were your most important factors to balance? Because I know the time constraints can be all over the place with working from very early in the day to very late in the evening, and strategizing. I want to know, like, methods, maybe mindset behind how you strategize the time for that. And also, I wanted to know, were you taking live trading while you were driving truck?
Oh, wait, I own the company. I
Oh,
don't
you own the
have
company,
no-
so that's different.
I don't even have a CDL. I just own
Listen,
the company. Yeah, and I knew how to dispatch. So when I knew how to dispatch, I just bought a truck, and actually I had a couple of them, and I had consistent drivers, and I would just book them from here to wherever we needed to go. So I was
got
all
you.
sitting in front of a computer, and then, like I say, I have CNBC. Well, no, I didn't. Y'all didn't hear that part. I have CNBC playing in my ear at all times when I'm in this office.
Hmm.
Because it
So
kind of helps
Bobby,
with
what do
market.
you okay, you're hearing me fine, right? Y'all
Mhm.
haven't lost me, I haven't lost you all?
No.
Okay, good. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption. Just checking in.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna ask just one more question.
Sure, Sister
Um,
Tasha.
as far as, well, the truck driving thing is a big deal because
Mhm.
basically, almost it's possible 24 hours a day of your time can literally be given over to somebody else.
Mhm.
Which I still immerse myself in this because I refuse, but I guess mentally I'm trying to figure out, because I'm not yet at the point where I could just drop off and quit,
Mhm.
even though I'm so considering it. But in the mastermind, Mr. G was saying, don't just jump off the boat like that.
Oh,
So I'm trying to
oh,
use wisdom, but there's so many distractions that I'm like, it's gotta go.
mhm.
So I just was wondering if you had insight about navigation when you're looking at that.
Yeah, so from a trucking aspect, I know you have to shut down for a period of an extended period of hours. I forgot how many hours that is, if you're over the road. So you need to utilize that time, especially if it's during the day on a weekday, and just see what's going on in the market. If you can, eliminate the distractions, and just zone in. Turn on
And
CNBC, just
the
listen.
CNBC thing was a big help. I don't have TVs because I don't use TV, so I have to actually get an outlet for that. But that was a big help. In doing that, because the company I work for is not as organized as the average company. So
Mhm.
literally, when you shut down for those 10 hours, you might still be working for 3 to 4 of those hours. I mean, I hate to say it, it is what it is.
Mhm.
From people constantly calling you in the middle, like even in class, sometimes I just drop off. But I mean, I ignore the calls. It's, for
Mhm.
me, the focus part is not difficult. And
Mhm.
I feel like the time management part is coming underway, but like getting around the obstacle of everyone else thinking that your time is expendable because you're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days
Right.
a week. And I worked 7 days a week, 2 to 3 months at a time. So I just was wondering if you had any tips about navigation on that one. But the CNBC thing actually does help out a whole lot.
Yeah, you're gonna. I know everybody's life is busy, and I was once, I wasn't that busy, but I was busy, and eventually, it's gonna come a time when you're gonna just say, I got to figure it out. No matter what I say, you're still gonna be busy. So what you're gonna have to determine
Right.
is that I have to figure this out.
Yeah, you're right.
You're gonna have to figure it out. So.
You're right. I try not to be hard headed, but I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I'm thinking is it's gotta go because you can't concentrate and not be emotional and still
Right.
do this at the same time and be effective straight off the bat. Like I don't want to take. He was talking about a truck driver. He knew that was 5 years. It took him 5 years to get free. I don't have that type of time. I'm sure we do. I pray I do with my children, but I don't want it to take 5 years for me to get free.
So
So anyway,
listen to what you just said. Now figure it out. Okay,
oh
if you
yeah,
don't want 5 years, you want to take two, what you got to do?
yep,
Mm-hmm. That's a good point,
absolutely.
Brother Bobby.
That is a good point.
Good
The
point.
last question, do you have areas where you find it hard to hold yourself accountable? Obviously, with you making 6 figures a month, this is an aspiring thing. Everybody's looking at it like, I want to do what that guy does. And it's not just about the money, but that is an incredible level of freedom. So that made me wonder, do you have any areas where it's tough to hold yourself accountable? And if so, what do you do in those moments?
Taking losses, it's still tough. But you just have to continue to learn from them. I'm a student every day. So that's what I encourage everybody. No matter how much you know, you need to be a student every single day. And so this thing I still deal with the most is how to take a loss.
Do you cry? Is that
No.
appropriate?
Hmm.
Have you ever cried behind it? I just was wondering. I'm just curious about that.
No. Now I have, been upset, but I'm not gonna cry. But this was back in the day. Now I take a loss. It don't even. I mean, you just have to suck it up because you're gonna get 20 more wins afterwards. So
Yeah, the bigger picture comes into play. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I wish I could ask a whole list of questions, but
Thank you,
I know
Sister
we got a lot
Tasha.
to do tonight. Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
we have lots of questions, but maybe Brother Bobby will come back sometime soon to do a session with the DLTC. We will see. It would be nice to have
I'm on.
like a reunion of
By
all
the
of
way,
our
I am
freedom
on the.
series.
I do log in on the DLTC Monday and Wednesdays.
Very
So
nice.
you know,
It's good to see you there. I saw you there on Wednesday night as well. You're here to support the new students. Thank you
if
so
I got
much.
questions, I'm there Mondays and Wednesdays as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much for coming through, Brother Bobby. I think I put someone's hand down by accident. Was that you, Sister Kendria? Did I put your hand down by accident or was it someone else? I think so. I don't know if you're still around, but if it was you, you can feel free to put your hand up again. Sister Joan Butcher, how are you?
Hi, thanks for doing this.
Good evening.
I put a question in the Q&A, but then I thought I'm going to raise my hand. So now I would say with the level that you have reached financially, that I call that beyond free. That's like past free. And I just wonder, are there other things that you're doing now with your prosperity? Are you doing other things other than trading?
I've got somebody I'm working with. As a matter of fact, she's on the call. We're getting together to do some things for the kids. Like I say, I know I'm trying to attack the youth with this. So outside of that, that's kind of a focus. I don't have any other businesses because I've been there. I've done
Right.
refuse to have anything that's going to be an over. So yeah.
Yeah, I run my own business now, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I love my trading. Thank you. Get good, did you say?
Great at it, yeah.
Yeah, get great at it. Yeah, yeah. Working it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Joanne. All right. So, Nikai Williams, let's get the raised hands knocked out. Nikai Williams, are you here with us?
Yes, I am. Hi, good
Hi.
evening.
I hope I pronounced your
Hi.
name properly. I'm sorry, I'm butchering people's names tonight.
You did.
Ah,
Yes,
good.
you did.
One else to say
And
not bad.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for
Good
coming.
evening, Brother Bobby.
Mm.
I just have a question. Everything that you've said has made sense. So I guess I have two questions.
Mhm.
Um, was it from the mastermind that you learned to take the emotions out of things, or were you already that type of person prior to taking that?
No, it was the mastermind. So being an emotional person versus not being an emotional person, that's not really what I'm saying. So we just, as people, we have to lose our attachment to money because the money is going to come, especially if you develop the skill. So that's what I got.
Okay.
Being,
And my thank you for that. My second question is, since you have developed taking the attachment to money and taking that out of the equation, would you say that now you treat trading more like a game?
no, if you approach it that way, you're going to get killed every time. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Those were my only questions. Thank you very much.
Those were some great questions. They
Mhm.
were,
Thank you.
and some wonderful answers. Thank you for asking. We have Jamila Rashid. I think I pronounced this name properly. Jamila Rashid, are you here? Are you with us? Your hand is up, but
Yes,
hi.
actually, my wife is Jamila Rashid. I'm
Okay, nice
Glenn,
to
but
meet you.
yeah, she posted a question in the thing, but I don't think he had gotten to it. But my
No, I
question was,
probably
it
missed it.
was, and I want to thank you guys for having this set up
It's a
for us to
pleasure.
come on. We we did a DLTC back one. I think we did one. My wife, I think she did a half one, but I did a whole one before. So I'm pretty
Mhm.
familiar with some of the things, but one of the questions I have for Brother Bobby is, he mentioned buying multiple contracts, and I was a little confused when he said that. I was wondering, is he saying you build up to where you buy multiple contract in of the same company, or he buy multiple companies at the same time?
No, multiple contracts.
So it's just like, because I guess the way I saw it was, I grouped everything. So if I buy multiple contract, like you said, the question is, is it set up where a way where if I get out of one, I can get out of all of them at the same time, or I would have to do them individually?
No, if you buy 20 contracts, you can get out of 20 contracts at the same time.
All right, that answered my question. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So we have some that hand is done. Let's look at some of the Q&A. Let's see. What's your preferred? We're not going to answer trading questions because of the new students. So unfortunately, we can't really address your question about stop loss percentages.
I
Should
kind of
we?
address that. I mean, I don't want. I mean, it's a catch 22 because, like I said, we do got
Yeah.
the on here, and that does not. We don't want to confuse anybody.
That's it. That's it. All right. Let's keep that question. No shade to your brother Jamila. It's a great question. It's just that we have a mixed audience tonight, so we have to be a little careful about which questions we choose. How do you manage your time daily when trading? Do you navigate by the market or do you have a plan daily on how much time you spend trading? I guess
Uh,
they're talking about the rest of your life, the life outside of trading.
yeah, no. I mean, I'm just 39, so I breathe this stuff every day. Um, I just I'm on the weekends looking forward to Mondays now. So, and that's kind of where I want you all to get. Yeah, we're gonna have fun on the weekends, but Monday, it's time to make some money, right? Monday through Friday is all
Love it.
business. But I mean, some days, I trade 8:30, be done by 9. Some days I'm here from 8:30 to 3, or well, I guess 9:30 to 4 in some of you all's areas.
All right. Great answer. Let's see what else. Kai Wilson, your hand is up. Hi. Kai Wilson's hand was on, but now it looks like you put your hand down. Oh, you've
Sorry.
unmuted yourself. Hi.
I put my hand down. I thought I unmuted myself. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Bobby just answered my question about how long he trades. So he just said 20 seconds ago, some days he's in and out by 9, and then some days he sits there, for most of the day. But I did have one other question, Bobby. Um, as far as Mr. T has talked about us teaching, and I don't know your personal life, so I don't think you have kids, but he's talked about us teaching the youth and young people in the family. Have you had any success with teaching anyone in your family that you said something about that a little bit earlier, but have you successfully been able to wrangle in anyone who's been interested in trying to learn?
One person. Yeah, one person.
One. Okay.
But people, listen, the stock market to people who it's either about it or you don't know. But it's like crypto. Either you know what it's gonna do or you're gonna think it's a scam. That's kind of
Yeah.
where people are at with, the stock market nowadays. So if they want to work for the rest of them, their lives, I don't pressure anybody. And I tell them all the time, I say, y'all, I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I don't need your money. This ain't a multi-level marketing. I'm just trying to show you what you don't know. And they still choose not to know. So, okay.
Okay, so one comment I'll just make is I've been into Bitcoin for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But because people know I've always been interested in financial stuff and markets, now that a handful of people know I'm taking this class, I every single one of them says, "Okay, great. When you finally learn that I can give you my money, you can trade and invest it for me." And I'm like, no, that'd be illegal. I'm not a broker. I can't trade it for you, but I just, you know.
Yeah, listen, it's all gonna be fun and dandy until you take a loss and now they're gonna call you blowing up your phone. So just tell people, no, you don't do that.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm trying to just be free.
I mean, you ain't gonna go to jail for it, but just
All
don't
right.
do it.
Thank you very much. And I'm a friend of Philippa's. She told me she knows you.
Who?
Philippa Martin,
I don't.
no, from State Farm.
Mm-mm.
No, okay, never mind.
From what city? Here in Little Rock?
Oh, you're in Little Rock? No, never mind. We're in Atlanta.
Yeah, no.
Maybe the wrong person. I'm sorry, wrong person.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Kai. Martian Johnson, you have your hand up. Are you still with your machine? Hi.
Hey, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can. Good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing well. Thank you all so much for taking the time to speak with us this evening.
A pleasure.
Yes, so my question is, so I actually took DLTC 1 and 2. Um, and man, it's a process of executing. It's one thing to execute. Like you can learn the DLTC, but it's still up to you to execute. So that was my issue I had with the DOTC. So I just mentally had to take a break from it. And I just started back trading about 2 weeks ago. And, things were going good my first week. I try to take my profit and, I made profit like $1 on a contract or a few cents on a contract. But then if my stop loss is 15%, if I make one mistake,
You blow your
you know what I'm saying? Like So I'm like, I don't know.
So that's why when I said that earlier,
Uh-huh.
it's just my stop loss. I'm
Yeah.
not encouraging you all stop loss to be that much. As a
Right,
matter of
right.
fact, if it goes 2 cents in the wrong direction, you need to go ahead and get out because
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not trading with, a ton of money. And I know some of you feel like you're 90% accuracy, but you might feel like your account isn't growing. And the reason why is because you're holding your losses longer than you're holding your gains. And so
Exactly. That's what I'm doing. I'm holding the losses longer
because
than
you're
the
hoping,
gains.
because you're hoping it'll turn around and it never does. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to, when you do decide to cut losses, it's probably too late. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're trading with a couple of $100, if you are correct, well, let's say you make $100 during the week, and that here come Friday, just make sure if you want to be profitable for the week, your stop loss needs to be 2 cents. That way you can walk away with 80.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, sir. And then also, what was my next question? I'm sorry, man. I just kind of drew a blank. Oh, whenever you did DOTC, I
Mhm.
know for the second class, it was kind of like get 50 trades, win 50 trades in a row. Did you do that? Did you do your 50 trades in a row? Your 50 wins in a
Uh,
row?
no, I don't think so. I don't really remember.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Mm,
All right. Well, I appreciate you answering my questions, man. That's all I have for you all.
no problem.
Thank you so much, Brother Mashan. So those were some very good questions as well. And I love it when Brother Bobby said, you can't hold on to your losses longer than you hold on to your wins and expect your account to grow. And that leads me to a question. I'm going to interrupt the stream of questions and ask you this. How
Mhm.
do people who have the habit of hopium, we know hopium is hoping and hoping that things will turn around in their direction. How do they break that habit quickly so that they can save their accounts?
You have two options. You break it or it's gonna break you.
Fair enough.
You
And
can't
that's straightforward.
if you can handle the emotion of it breaking you, but 9 times out of 10, if it breaks you, you're gonna feel like trading is not for you.
Right.
That's that's why the catch-22 comes in, y'all. Like you can accept those losses, but accept them early. Because if
Yes.
you accept them early, you won't give up. You only give up when you uh, feel like you just blew an account, or like I say, like you all feel that your
Yeah.
losses are more than your gains, and it's just simply because you're holding them longer. That's it.
Yes. That makes sense. That makes sense. So let me move on to Sister Ann White. She has a question. She has a hand up. Hi, Sister Ann. Are you
Hi,
still
good
by?
evening.
Hi.
Good evening, everyone. My question is, when you're trading hard shares, right? Are you taking losses in hard shares? Have you ever been stuck in a trade for a long time in a hard share? And if so, how long?
Yeah. So I'm not. You don't really. If I choose to take a, okay. So let me tell you this story. So I was stuck in a hard share trade. I was telling Mr. T this before we got on. I think it could have been Nvidia maybe that day, but I got CNBC playing in my background. And the day that Elon Musk launched that tweet out about Donald Trump, I switched every screen in here to Tesla. I got out of Nvidia. It might have been at a loss. I don't know. I didn't care because I knew it was coming. And I was playing the hard share game on Nvidia, and then I went to playing the put side, and I just played puts all day long, watching, just listening and watching Tesla drop. So, yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
You're very welcome, Sister Ann. Brother Darren Crawford, you have a question? And then we can go through the last questions in the Q&A section.
Yes. Thank you guys for putting this on and
Thank you.
taking my question. Really what I want to know is I'm not a part of the DLTC trading group. And as far as getting in on this, I do have recordings of the Abakuas, and I'm currently um, doing the mastermind classes now. How would you say would be the best way to take those Abacus classes and navigate through those to trying to navigate with the mastermind at the same time and go into DLTC later on if you guys are still going to be offering more classes in the future? Because I really do want to get into trading, and it's all about the freedom for me in a sense, and trying to help other people, navigate into that space as well. But how do I start from where I'm at with the material that I have to move
So,
forward?
so do you have like the Abacus series where Mr. T is actually breaking down what the stock market is and what like are those a class like he has like little 2 to 5 minute videos explain is that what you're doing right now?
So I don't think it's those. I think these classes are a little bit more in depth that he has. I got the program a while ago. Just haven't had a chance to really get my mind focused to get into them. But that's why I picked up on the mastermind classes, and I just started with those. And I do have the Abacus recordings. So they, I, I've looked at a couple of the classes. They didn't look as though they were just 2 to 3 minutes.
They might
With
not have. I
those.
don't know which ones you have,
Mhm.
but I will say that if you want what you say you want, then you have to be able to, hone in. Just like I tell everybody, you just gotta figure it out. I know everybody's busy. I was,
Right.
but if you want the freedom, develop the skill and go for it. So if you're watching those videos, like you just said, I didn't seen a couple of them. Well, nah, you should be telling me I done watched all of them. What's next? So
Right.
that's what you got to do. You got to hold. And everybody's problem is we don't like to hold ourselves accountable. So if you hold yourself accountable to doing the thing, guess what?
It'll get done.
Yeah. Brother Darren, who put you in the mastermind? Who gave you the mastermind? Do you
Uh,
remember?
br- Brother James.
Okay, well, click up with Mr.
Yeah.
T and he will help you with next steps if you're ready. And
Okay.
like Brother Bobby said, if you really want to hone in, click up with Mr. T, message him, and he will help you with what you need to do next, like in a practical way. Because
Okay.
there are options for you, but just communicate with Mr. T. If he put you in the mastermind and you got the mastermind from him, let him guide you on your next steps. There are many options opening up this year for you. So
Okay.
it's a good
Thank
time
you.
to reach out to him, please. Yes. Thank
Thank you.
Okay, I'm in the Q&A. Samantha, if you could go back to being a beginning trader and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be? I wasn't as consistent as I am now. So, I mean, I was younger. I just made excuses, you know. Once I stopped making excuses, that's when you start to see the results. So, um, just self accountability. And then Miss Kim said, when listening to CNBC, what key points of info do you listen for? Most of the time, I'm not really listening for anything in particular, but if it's playing in your ear all day long, you're steady learning because, I mean, that's all you hear. You just hear them talking about literally everything that has to do with the stock market. Now, we'll get some breaking news every once in a while to where you might need to pay attention to where, it can help you, with some day trades. But as far as, what I'm listening to specifically, nothing really. Just listen.
Yes. Sister D Love, we do see a question. We're just answering with Brother Bobby's rhythm. I think he's going from the bottom up. So go ahead,
Oh, yeah,
brother.
D-Love. Do you have life shares? So, guys, yeah, so everybody needs life insurance. So make sure you have that on you, your spouse, kids. I don't care how much money you make. Real estate, I've done that. I actually got rid of all the properties I just have. The house that I'm in now. Financial advisors. Yeah, I encourage, your big monies to be held in those institutions because they're going to grow, anyway. So get you a financial advisor. How do you spread your wealth and turn it into, well, the trading is the recurring income. So the trading funds literally every question that you ask. So you can put a percentage with a financial advisor. That's who's reinvesting it. You're going to pay your life insurance premiums. Um, so I hope that, D-Love, I hope that answered all the questions.
I have a toddler going on here. Let's see. Do you see? I hope that that answers your question. Let's go to Jamila Rashid. Yes, we answered that question
Yeah,
already.
I think she wasn't on.
Yes, her husband came back and asked,
Mhm.
"What what does a typical day look like for you after you finish trading?"
I hold a 3:30 call with somebody every single day that we kind of discuss the events. Might have to do a little fussing every once in a while, but I'm just going. It's not typical. Nothing is typical because the only thing that's typical is trading. Once I'm through trading, once that stock market closed, I could be. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It could be anything. I don't know.
That freedom life. You just do whatever needs
Mr.
to
D,
be done.
Mr. D-Love, I answered that question. Did you get off?
Do you
Oh,
love the question? How do you manage
it
that sum
popped
of
up.
money?
It popped back up. Like, okay, I don't think they answered it. Asked it again. It just popped back up.
Oh, okay. You answered this question already from D Love?
Yeah, about the financial advisors, the reinvestment in the life insurance. Yeah, I did.
Okay, understood. Um, so let's see. We're going to a final question and then we have done it, everybody. I'm interested in hearing how you did these classes while truck driving. Also, were they live classes when you took the DLTC? I think that
We got
Yeah.
that one.
she asked that. And then the next question is, what
Yes, that
challenges
was
have you
me.
faced that you're most proud of overcoming? Did we answer that one?
Hmm.
What challenges have you faced that you're most proud of overcoming?
Learning to be disciplined. That's the hardest part, especially as a kid. I mean, well, not a kid, but younger. Is just to be disciplined in what you do. Because I'm gonna tell y'all this: once you get good, and once you start making the money, this is the last piece of advice I gotta give. It's whether you tell people or not, it's going to be signs. And most of this money that's going to come to you, you can't even fathom it right now. And that's why that right there is if you stick to it and you start getting things or making money that you can't even fathom right now,
Mm-hmm.
that's the ultimate goal here. Because now you can do literally whatever you want whenever you want to.
Yep, that's so true. Well, a last question suddenly popped up. D Love is asking, how do you stay humble with that amount of money, keeping your ego in check?
Because it's not about the money, it's about the freedom. So the ego, I mean, you can fly and say I got a ton of money. That doesn't really matter. It's just being able to come and go as you please with it. No, and you can do it literally from anywhere in the world. So you keep the ego in check because anything can happen. So, just as well as you get it, it can be taken away. You might get a brain injury or something, forget how to trade. I don't know. So you just have to, it's all part of the discipline aspect.
All right, understood. Thank you very much. All right, so we have one last opportunity. Does anyone have any final questions for Brother Bobby before we have a hand up? Let's see if I can see that question really quick. I'm looking in the attendees. It's not showing for me. Deidre Walker. Yes,
Okay.
hi.
Hi, how are you this evening?
Yes, good
Oh,
evening. We're fine. How are you?
good, thank you. Um,
Thank you.
do I heard Mr. T talking about using monitors at a desk, but then you also use the phone to trade.
Yes.
So if you, so Bobby, do you use monitors, or and if you do, if you find yourself that you're not in front of a monitor, do you still trade
No,
with your phone?
no. That's just me. I don't
So
place
you
trade.
don't use the monitor? Like,
No, I use monitors. I have monitors.
okay, you do have monitors. Okay.
And I use the trading platform that I use. I just trade from there. I don't ever use my phone or iPad or nothing like that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a
Thank you.
wonderful question. That is a good question because we all have different styles, and it's nice to know how successful traders approach it differently. So, um, many of us use our phones. Some people use the desktop. Some people do love their desktop application. So I think it varies from trader to trader. All
Yeah, when we
right.
talk
So
about doing, I'm sorry, from anywhere in the world, and you think about the practicality of having monitors set up, that's part of the reason why, I'm asking, because,
So anywhere
I
in the
could be
world,
on vacation, for instance.
right? But as long as I got a laptop, I
Okay, I got you. Okay.
I'm not gonna haul these big monitors around, but I can still
Mhm.
trade. And the monitors are just an added necessity sometimes. But if I'm traveling, I can just always kind of go back and forth between screens.
Yes. Well, that makes perfect sense to me. And I'm checking all of the questions now in the chat, making sure we're all good. I don't think I have missed anything. I mean, with my disconnection, I've lost a few, but I hope that we got all of the questions and answers of those who came out tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming out. Thank you, Brother Bobby. It was a pleasure to have you on tonight. Everybody, thank you for coming out so much for the Freedom Series. It was such a joy to listen to you all ask the questions and hear the answers. We are speaking to a wonderful trader, former DLTC. We are grateful, so grateful for your presence. Thank you all so much for coming through. All right. So thanks everybody for your wonderful, wonderful presence tonight.
This, guys, it's hard. So if you trying to learn how to trade, it's hard.
Yes.
But just stay consistent, do your homework, live
Absolutely
and
make
breathe it. Reach out to whoever sent you here. I'll be on the DLTC classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. So if you didn't get to ask your question there, you can ask it there. And I need by the end of the year, hey, let's do it again and let's see who's made some money.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for so much for coming through. And remember, next Freedom Series is Sister Brandy, who has been with us tonight. She was spending some time with us tonight. Sister Brandy Peterson. She is another longtime DLCC trader, another long time Abacus. Yes, that's who's next for Freedom Series number 4. Sister Brandy Peterson is going to be with us. She has been free for quite some time as well. And that time we're going to be using our special question cards. I did not ask you any questions from this wonderful box today, Brother Bobby, but you will be on again with us. It's a beautiful box. It's the Airbook cards from Abacus. There are questions and answers inside that ask questions about your life, and it prompts conversations and sparks wonderful opportunities. But we had so many questions from everybody tonight. I just wanted to make sure that they got their questions answered first. And we had a very, very inquisitive audience tonight. So we will have probably a Freedom Series reunion. How does that sound for everybody? Those of you who are still on, for all of our guests to have like one nice big panel for everybody. Doesn't that sound good that everybody can come back? Yes. Oh, look at the chat. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. All right. So we're going to consider a Freedom Series reunion where we're going to sit down and let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can accomplish with these wonderful free people. Thank you, Brother Bobby. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure to have everybody on tonight. And we will meet again in August for Sister Brandy Peterson. It was wonderful seeing you all here tonight. We're looking forward to the next session as well. We're very excited. Sister Brandy's coming on. Yes.
Thank you
Thank
both.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you,
Wonderful.
Brother Bobby. You were a wonderful guest, an excellent, excellent guest.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great
Thank you,
job.
everybody. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Brother
It's a
Jeff.
pleasure. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you very much.
All right.
Good evening. Bye. Good night, everybody.